It happened quietly, so quietly, in fact, that I almost missed it. I was watering the potted ficus in the corner of my small city balcony, the one that's been with me through breakups, job losses, and quiet mornings with coffee. The sun had just begun to slip through the slats of the railing, scattering light like gold confetti on the dusty floor tiles, when I saw it. One leaf, yellowed at the edges, trembling gently before it let go. There was no wind, no rush. It simply detached and drifted downward, making no sound, as if surrendering was the most natural thing in the world. I stood still, the watering can hanging loosely from my hand, and something inside me shifted. I'd been holding on tightly to things that were no longer mine to carry, a friendship fraying at the seams, a dream that no longer fit, the echo of someone's absence I hadn't yet accepted. And yet, here was this little leaf, showing me what it meant to release without resistance. You see, in the world of plants, leaf drop is not just decay. It's strategy, survival, wisdom. Did you know? Trees and many perennial plants initiate a process called abscission when days grow shorter and nights turn cool. A plant hormone named ethylene begins to rise, signaling cells at the base of the leaf stem to break apart gently. This separation zone forms a scar, a kind of botanical goodbye, sealing the plant off from water loss or disease. It's not weakness, it's a conscious chemical letting go. A tree knows that holding on to every leaf would only drain its resources during the barren months. It doesn't cling, it doesn't beg, it prepares for rest. And somehow, standing there in my little balcony jungle, surrounded by pots that have become more than just greenery, they are my quiet companions. I felt the wisdom of the ficus sink into me. Maybe we're not so different from trees. Maybe there are seasons where letting go isn't failure, but a sacred act of self-preservation. Maybe the parts of us that change, fade, or fall away are not signs that we're broken, but that we're making space for something new. I knelt and picked up the leaf. It was light, almost translucent, veins like a map I couldn't read. I pressed it between the pages of a journal I hadn't written in for weeks, and somehow that felt like enough. No declarations, no dramatic ends, just the quiet honesty of something that had served its time, now moving on. There's a kind of grace in that, a kind of peace. So if you find yourself clutching something too tightly, an old story, a version of yourself, a person who has already left, perhaps nature is whispering to you too. Not in words, but in rhythms, in seasons, in falling leaves. And if you listen closely, if you breathe in deeply the way a plant does through its stomata, when the light changes, you might feel it. The relief of release, the calm that follows surrender, the promise hidden in bare branches that something will bloom again when it is time. And maybe, just maybe, that is enough.